I used to think that I missed them, their voice, their presence, and the way life felt when they were around me, or when they were around in general. But the more time has passed, and the more that I've been journaling my thoughts, writing down my feelings and all, the more I realized something uncomfortable. I don't miss them as much as I miss who I was when they were with me or when they were in my life. I miss the version of me that laughed easier, that version of me that believed more, and the version of me that hadn't been broken yet, or just broken her in general, if that makes sense. Because when someone leaves, they don't just take themselves with them. They take a piece of you, a piece of your heart, a piece of your personality. And that's something that nobody warns you about. When you're lying awake at night replaying memories, you're not always thinking about them. You're also thinking about how safe you felt and how hopeful you were and how oh shit how certain you thought the future was. And that's why moving on feels impossible in the beginning, not because you still want them back, but because you don't know how to be you without that chapter in your life, because you kind of lost yourself in a way because you've been with them for a long time, that you became them in a way, if you know what I mean. So when you're actually without them, you start feeling alone, you start feeling empty because you don't remember who you were before that, or you don't know who you are. And I've caught myself doing that too, romanticizing moments, thinking about what could have been, what should have been, imagining different endings. But there's a harsh truth that I had to face, or had to face, my bad. The version of me only existed in that moment of time, with that person, under those circumstances. And no matter how much I think about, I can't go back and live there again. Because one analogy I thought about when I was journaling yesterday was the amount of times I've replayed a game, or had my 2 week Minecraft phase, or when Fortnite, the OG Fortnite season came out. Yes, it was fun in the beginning, like it felt like the back in the old days, but after a week, after two, it doesn't feel the same anymore. You go back to how it was before, or you can't go back to how it was before. And it made me think about something like sometimes we hold on because letting go means accepting that life changed us, that we're not the same person anymore, if you understand what I'm saying. And to be honest, when I was writing yesterday, that kind of scared me. And it is kind of scary because moving on doesn't just mean losing them, it means grieving yourself, and also means grieving someone that's still alive, which is kind of weird to think about. I mean, the old routines, the old dreams you guys had together, the old certainty. But also, growth doesn't ask for permission. Life doesn't pause so we can catch up emotionally. Life keeps on going, either with you or without you. And if I'm being honest, I stayed stuck way longer than I should have. Not because I love them too much or whatever reason, but because I didn't know how to love who I was becoming without them. Because I lost myself. I didn't know who I am because I was with them for that long that without them felt kind of weird. And there's a strange comfort in missing the past. It's familiar and it's safe in a way. It doesn't demand anything for you. But the future does. The future asks you to rebuild yourself, to redefine yourself, to become someone new without guarantees. And that's why nostalgia is so addictive. It lets you escape forward moments or movements. But there's also something that I've learned slowly. Oh shit. You don't dishonor the past by moving on. You honor it by letting it shape you, not trap you. And the person you were then doesn't need to come back. They did their job. They loved, they learned, and they grew. And now it's your turn to do the same. It's your turn now in a different season with a much deeper understanding of yourself. Because now, the time I've been alone, grieving, and going through that breakup, I've learned a lot just by journaling my thoughts and by getting in touch with myself. I understand myself in a much deeper level than I did a year ago, 2 years ago. So if you're missing someone right now, ask yourself gently, do I miss them, or do I miss the version of me that existed when life felt simpler? Because once you realize that, you stop chasing what's gone and you stop building on what's next. And I believe that's when real healing can actually begin. When you stop thinking about the past and actually can start thinking about building the future, closing that chapter for good and starting the new chapter in your book. So yeah, that's been on my mind for the past couple of days because I've been journaling a lot lately, like way too much. So I had to like get it out some way. So if that helped you in a way, stay blessed and stay real. And before I go, make sure to follow my TikTok. I'll put like the link up here or the screenshot up here. Make sure to follow here. I got a journaling series that I've been going on TikTok, so it'll much appreciate if you guys check it out. Follow, engage with me. To be honest, I'm on day 7 now, I think, or day 8 of my journaling series. There I just post the same type of content I do here, but for TikTok. Anyways, stay blessed, stay real. No, wait, no. Stay blessed, you are loved, and stay real.